Right now, something extraordinary is happening in the space around you. Something most people walk through their entire lives without recognizing. The quantum field surrounding your body contains information patterns that have been building momentum for months, perhaps years, creating what ancient traditions called the calling. Modern quantum physics has given us language for what mystics have always known. Awareness and reality dance together in ways that make your presence in this moment far from coincidental. The Vedic seers spoke of Akasha, the primordial space from which all manifestation emerges. What they understood 3,000 years ago aligns remarkably with contemporary quantum field theory. Your personal quantum field extends roughly 8 feet in all directions, creating an invisible sphere of influence that interacts with the zero-point field, that background energy permeating all of space. When specific thoughts, emotions, and intentions reach important mass within this field, they begin attracting corresponding experiences with mathematical precision. But what triggers this calling? The answer lies in what I call quantum resonance points. Moments when your awareness reaches a rate that matches available information patterns in the field. Think of it like tuning a radio. Suddenly, a station comes through crystal clear because you found the exact rate. Your quantum field has been broadcasting a specific signal, and now you finally tuned in to receive the response. Recent investigations by awareness researchers at the Institute of Noetic Sciences have documented measurable changes in electromagnetic fields around individuals during peak spiritual experiences. Dr. Roland McCraty's work with the HeartMath Institute shows that coherent heart rhythms create measurable effects in the local quantum field extending beyond the physical body. These findings validate what Tibetan Buddhist teachings have maintained for centuries. Awareness creates ripples in the fabric of reality itself. The Tibetan concept of bardo, the space between thoughts, between breaths, between moments, describes precisely where quantum field interactions occur. In these gaps, your awareness touches the fundamental substrate of existence. When you feel that inexplicable pull, that sense of being guided or drawn towards certain information, people, or experiences, you're sensing the quantum field's response to your consciousness patterns. Consider how you arrived at this exact information at this precise moment. Was it random? The probability calculations suggest otherwise. If we factor in the billions of possible information streams you could have encountered today, the mathematical likelihood of this specific convergence approaches zero. Yet here you are. The quantum field operates through what appears to be synchronicity, but follows precise energetic laws. Ancient Hermetic principles taught, as above, so below. The macrocosm reflects in the microcosm. Your personal quantum field mirrors larger cosmic patterns. When you feel called towards spiritual growth, metaphysical understanding, or consciousness expansion, you're responding to information patterns that exist at multiple scales simultaneously. The same quantum coherence principles governing subatomic particles influence the organization of your thoughts, emotions, and life experiences. The Sanskrit term dharma points toward this phenomenon, your unique pattern of service to the cosmic order. When your quantum field aligns with your dharmic path, the calling becomes unmistakable. You feel drawn towards specific knowledge, practices, or communities with an intensity that transcends logical explanation. This magnetic pull operates through quantum entanglement principles. Awareness recognizes its own rate patterns reflected in external reality. What makes this moment particularly significant? The collective quantum field of human awareness is undergoing unprecedented shifts. Researchers studying global coherence patterns have identified measurable changes in the Earth's electromagnetic field correlating with major awareness transitions throughout history. We're living through one of these transition points, which amplifies individual quantum field sensitivity. Your nervous system acts as a quantum field receiver, constantly processing information from the zero-point field. When certain knowledge becomes available to you, when you suddenly understand concepts that previously seemed incomprehensible, you're experiencing quantum information transfer. The field has been preparing you to receive specific frequencies of understanding. Ancient Egyptian mystery schools taught that consciousness evolution occurs through quantum leaps, sudden shifts in awareness that reorganize your entire perceptual framework. These leaps happen when your quantum field reaches sufficient coherence to access higher dimensional information patterns. The calling you feel represents your field approaching one of these threshold moments. The Kabbalistic concept of tikkun olam, repairing the world, describes how individual awareness evolution serves cosmic healing. When you respond to your quantum field's calling, you contribute to larger patterns of planetary awareness transformation. Your personal growth creates ripple effects, extending far beyond your immediate experience. Neuroscientist Dr. Eben Alexander's research following his near-death experience revealed consciousness accessing information impossible to obtain through normal sensory channels. His findings support what mystics have long maintained: consciousness operates independently of brain function and interfaces directly with quantum information fields. Your calling originates from this further level of awareness. The phenomenon intensifies during specific astrological configurations when planetary electromagnetic fields create resonance patterns affecting human awareness. Ancient astrologers understood these cycles as times when the veil thins, moments of heightened quantum field sensitivity. Your timing of encountering this information likely correlates with one of these natural amplification periods. Practical quantum field interaction requires understanding how intention shapes probability patterns. When you hold clear, coherent intentions while maintaining emotional equilibrium, your quantum field broadcasts specific rate signatures. The field responds by organizing synchronicities, opportunities, and information flows that support your intended direction. The Sufi tradition speaks of fana, the dissolution of ego boundaries that allows awareness to merge with universal patterns. This experience represents direct quantum field interface, where individual awareness recognizes its fundamental unity with cosmic awareness. The calling you feel points toward this recognition. Modern quantum biology reveals how biological systems utilize quantum coherence for enhanced efficiency. Your cellular structures operate as quantum computers, processing information from multiple dimensional levels simultaneously. The calling manifests through this quantum biological interface, creating physical sensations that accompany awareness shifts. The ancient Chinese concept of Wu Wei, effortless action, describes optimal quantum field alignment. When your actions flow from quantum field guidance rather than ego-driven planning, you experience unprecedented synchronicity and effectiveness. The calling guides you toward this state of harmonious flow with cosmic patterns. Tibetan Dzogchen teachings point toward Rigpa, pure awareness that recognizes its own nature as the fundamental substrate of reality. Your quantum field calling represents Rigpa beginning to recognize itself through your individual awareness. This recognition transforms your relationship with existence itself. The phenomenon accelerates as you develop what I call quantum field literacy, the ability to consciously interface with information patterns beyond ordinary perception. This literacy emerges through practices that enhance coherence between heart, brain, and quantum field oscillations. Your quantum field contains templates for your highest potential expression, what the Greeks called your daemon or guiding spirit. The calling represents these templates reaching sufficient activation energy to influence your conscious awareness. You're being invited to embody potentials that have been developing in your field for years. The convergence of ancient wisdom and quantum science reveals consciousness as the fundamental creative force in the universe. Your personal quantum field participates in this cosmic creativity, generating the experiences necessary for your consciousness evolution. The calling you feel represents your field orchestrating the next phase of your spiritual development. This understanding transforms how you relate to guidance, synchronicity, and spiritual growth. Rather than seeking external validation or direction, you learn to recognize and trust your quantum field's intelligent responses to your awareness patterns. The calling becomes a compass pointing toward your most genuine expression and greatest service to the cosmic order. Your quantum field has been preparing this moment of recognition for longer than you realize. The calling represents years of consciousness development reaching important mass, creating the conditions for accelerated spiritual evolution. Trust this process. Your field knows exactly what it is doing. That magnetic pull you feel towards certain information, certain moments, certain people, that's your quantum field actively selecting your reality based on frequencies you're broadcasting, and most people remain completely unaware of this invisible orchestration happening every moment of their lives. The fascinating thing about quantum fields is how they operate outside linear time. When you feel drawn to specific content about awareness expansion, that attraction existed before you consciously decided to seek it. Your field was already resonating with these frequencies, creating the conditions for this exact encounter. And how many times have you stumbled upon exactly what you needed to hear at precisely the right moment? This phenomenon goes far beyond simple synchronicity or coincidence. Your quantum field functions as a living, breathing interface between your awareness and the infinite possibilities existing simultaneously around you. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every intention you set creates specific vibrational signatures that your field uses to navigate through the quantum soup of potential realities. But your field responds to your genuine vibrational state, not your conscious desires or wishful thinking. You can fool quantum mechanics with positive affirmations while harboring deep-seated limiting beliefs. The field reads your complete energetic signature, conscious thoughts, subconscious programming, emotional patterns, cellular memories, even ancestral imprints carried in your DNA. Ancient wisdom traditions understood this principle intimately. The Vedantic concept of vasanas, deep-seated psychological impressions, describes how past experiences create energetic templates that influence future manifestations. These aren't just philosophical concepts, they're descriptions of how your quantum field processes and projects reality based on accumulated vibrational data. Modern quantum physics is catching up to what mystics have known for millennia. Research conducted by investigators at Princeton's Engineering Anomalies Research Laboratory demonstrated measurable effects of human consciousness on random number generators, essentially showing that focused intention can influence quantum-level events. When you understand that your entire reality emerges from quantum-level interactions, these findings become new. Your field operates through what I call resonance selection, constantly scanning infinite possibilities and gravitating toward realities that match your dominant frequencies. This process happens billions of times per second, below the threshold of conscious awareness. Every moment, you're selecting your next experience from an infinite menu of possibilities. The challenge most people face is unconscious rate broadcasting. They wonder why certain patterns keep repeating in their lives while remaining oblivious to the vibrational signals they are continuously transmitting. Your quantum field doesn't judge these signals as good or bad, it simply responds with mathematical precision to whatever frequencies you're generating. Consider how trauma creates persistent reality loops. When someone experiences significant emotional wounding, their field becomes programmed to recognize and attract similar vibrational patterns. This isn't punishment or bad luck. It is quantum mechanics responding to the dominant frequencies stored in their energetic system. The field keeps presenting opportunities to either reinforce these patterns or finally resolve them. But here's the empowering truth. Once you understand this mechanism, you gain conscious influence over your reality creation process. Your field responds immediately to genuine shifts in your vibrational state. When you genuinely release old programming and embody new frequencies, your external reality begins shifting to match these changes. The key word here is genuine. Your field can't be manipulated through surface-level techniques or forced positive thinking. It responds to genuine transformation at the deepest levels of your being. Why traditional manifestation methods often fail? They attempt to override subconscious programming rather than addressing the root frequencies, creating unwanted patterns. Ancient practices like meditation, breathwork, and energy cultivation were designed specifically to work with quantum field mechanics. These techniques help you become aware of your subtle energetic states and gradually shift your dominant frequencies. When you consistently practice these methods, you're reprogramming your field to select different categories of experiences. The breathwork component is particularly powerful because your breath directly influences your nervous system, which affects your electromagnetic field, which interfaces with the quantum field. Each conscious breath creates ripples through multiple layers of reality. This is why Pranth deeper mechanics reveal something most people miss entirely. Your quantum field operates through what researchers call morphic resonance, a phenomenon where similar vibrational patterns across space and time create resonant connections that transcend physical boundaries. When you feel inexplicably drawn to certain locations, people, or experiences, you're detecting these morphic field connections that exist independent of your conscious awareness.